Cruise ship life can be tricky. The cabins are tiny, the job is demanding, you're always go, 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 so I'm always looking for hacks to make life on board feel as normal as possible. These are the essentials I bring to make life at sea easier, comfier, and a lot less chaotic. Hi, I'm Jessie and welcome back to a Performer's Life at Sea series. Today I'm sharing my top cabin essentials for cruise ship performers. If you're new here, I've been performing on cruise ships for over 10 years now, and I'm hoping that this series will help new crew members adjust a little easier to ship life by sharing some of my key things I've discovered during my time at sea. So here are some of my favorite cabin essentials. It's not a full packing list, but just some items that specifically make cabin life so much more comfortable. Before we jump in, here is the answer to last episode's 2 truths and a lie. Stay tuned to the end of this video for the next round. But for now, let's chat about my top ship essentials. I have sorted these into a few different categories, the first being health and wellness. Number 1 is sunscreen. I hope this goes without saying, but you really have to be super careful in the tropical heats. With DCL specifically, you can't have any kind of sunburn or tan line, so you have to be extra careful. Also, it's just really important for your skin health. Sun hats are also really beneficial as well. Second item on the list being supplements. I know I talked about this a bit in the last episode, but I always have to have a little bit of protein powder, some vitamins, and electrolytes on board. I also really love having throat coat tea when your voice starts to feel a little tired. Also, with electrolytes being in a really hot environment on a tropical cruise itinerary, you're sweating a lot more. On top of that, you're performing, so it's really important to make sure that your levels stay really balanced, so electrolytes can be super helpful for that reason. A classic combo on a busy show day would be a liquid IV and a Celsius stick. Whether or not that's a good thing, I'm not sure, but it definitely got us through those long show days. But that does lead me on to caffeine. This is my third essential in this category. I always have to have a coffee maker. So recently at DCL, we're now allowed single serve Keurigs like this one back here. That's been so great for having hot coffee in the morning or even just some hot water for tea. But before that, I've always used either a pour over or a French press, and I would get hot water from the drink stations upstairs or the crew mess. This also saves me a little bit of money, so I'm not always running to the crew coffee shop. So I'll link my favorite pour overs and the AeroPress, but also if you're allowed a Keurig on a ship, it's definitely a game changer. I also like to have a giant water bottle that I refill in my room. It's like normally one that's like, you know, like this big. That way I can refill my own water bottle. I can use it for my Keurig. I can use it for the electrolytes or a Celsius stick. And I'm always just staying super hydrated if I don't want to go out and refill my water bottle. That said, I also like to have a big water bottle that I can carry around the ship with me. This is like the one that I drink out of. And then the other one is the one that I use to refill, and then I normally go and refill both of them at the end of every day. And the last item that I have on the health and wellness category is hand sanitizer. There are so many points of contact of like things that you're touching on the ship, so I always like to have a little hand sanitizer back in my cabin. I love the Bath & Body Works, like the pocket backs. Those are great. I normally actually carry like those on me all the time. Also the little spray ones, I really like those. They smell really nice, and I just feel like that is a great way to make sure you're staying as healthy as you can on board. The next category is comfort and self-care, and my top item in this list is a filtered shower head. Cruise ship water actually has a bit of chlorine in it, and that can be really drying on your skin or your hair. I like to filter this out by getting a filtered shower head. It really does make a difference in how my skin feels and how my hair doesn't fall out of my head. As performers, we're always having to put our hair into wig prep, and that can do a lot of damage to your hair, so it's nice to know that when I'm washing my hair, it's not adding to that damage. Also, along the lines of protecting your hair and your skin, I have silk pillowcases that I like to bring. I find these so much nicer than the ship-provided ones, and I also like to get my own blanket. This is more so for the aesthetic of the room than anything else, but I do think it makes your room feel nice and homey when you have like your own blanket and your own like kind of pop of color, and I just think that's also super important to just feeling good in your space. Staying in the line of sleep, the next thing on my list is an eye mask. Now, cabins can be very dark. I never struggle with sleeping at night. However, if you have a roommate and maybe you want to take a nap in the middle of the day, but your roommate is, you know, awake, you can easily just put your eye mask on, and that way the lights can stay on and you can still get your nap time in. Same thing goes for earplugs. I really love like the loop sleeping earplugs. They're great because they don't totally noise cancel out. You want to be able to still hear your surroundings, like should an alarm go off or an announcement, you want to still be able to hear that. Cabin walls can be kind of thin, so if your neighbors are having a little party but you want to get an early night's sleep, I definitely recommend having some earplugs. Now let's chat a little bit about organization. Cabins, as I mentioned, are tiny, so it's great to be organized and have a few little tools that kind of help have a place for everything to go. My favorite thing being the hanging shoe racks. I've used these for shoes, obviously, but also you can use them for toiletries and other little accessories and essentials. I typically hang these over my bathroom door. If your ship doesn't allow things hanging over the door, you can also get really heavy-duty magnets. This is my next item on the list. Most of the time, ships have some sort of magnetic wall. I will say on my last contracts on the Magic and the Wonder, not all of those walls are magnetic, so it's a little bit tricky. However, the ceilings are magnetic, so typically I would put all of my heavy-duty hooks on the ceiling and kind of figure out ways to hang things that way. Another alternative is using command hooks, so either like the double-sided Velcro ones or the command hooks that just are regular hooks. Those are typically allowed and can be super helpful. That way you can hang your bags or your jackets up on the walls and it's not taking up so much space. Next thing in this category are those collapsible storage cubes. These are great because one, they don't take up space. If you're not using them, you can just collapse them, but also they're such a good catch-all. You can use one for your makeup, you can use one for important paperwork, you can use one for your electronics, and it's just a great way to stack and store things. I also like that you can get them in different colors and kind of match your bedding that you're going for, and just it kind of adds to the aesthetic while still being functional. And speaking of functional, I love having a laundry bag backpack. So it can hang in your closet, you can put all of your dirty clothes in it, and then you can suit up and it's like you're going hiking around the ship. But it's a super convenient way to get your laundry from your cabin to the laundry room. Depending on where your cabin is on the ship, it could be quite the trek to do some laundry. So this is super useful. It allows you to be hands-free. There's also a little pocket that you could keep your dryer sheets or your laundry pods in, which is also just a great plus because then you're not having to lug everything around. The last thing that I put in this category, which is less organization but just more practicality, is collapsible luggage or luggage that can nest inside each other. I know I talk about this in every video, but I just think it's important to get out there that you want to make sure that your luggage doesn't take up all the floor space in your cabin. I really love my London Fog luggage set, and even on my last few contracts, I've had a couple of friends who've gotten the same luggage as me from my luggage review video, and it just makes me so happy to know that they like their luggage too. So I definitely recommend those. The next category is show ready. So this is specifically for performers. First thing on my list is a portable mirror with lights. I personally like to get most of my stage makeup done in my cabin before heading backstage to the theater. Cabin lighting can be a little touch and go, so it is really nice to have a mirror that has built-in lighting. Staying in the line of makeup, it's great to have a makeup bag and a makeup brush bag that you can easily bring from your cabin to the theater and back. I'm currently loving my drawstring bag. It's really nice because you can spread it out and all of your makeup can be on top of it. It's like a little surface for it, and then you just drawstring it up and it easily fits into your backpack or whatever bag you want to bring to the theater with you. I also have my brush holder, which zips up and also turns into a cup, so very good for travel, very compact when you close it all up together. If you can, I like to have multiple sets of makeup brushes because we're wearing makeup so often, it's hard to find time to clean your brushes. So if you have like one set that's your go-to and then maybe a backup set that you can either leave in the theater or kind of switch back and forth, that can be really helpful so that you have time to clean your brushes. If you're looking for a good brush cleaner, I definitely recommend the IsoClean 60-second brush cleaner. It's so fast and it doesn't require any water, so you can kind of use your brushes right away after cleaning. This one's a little bit of a cheat because it's actually more of like a backstage essential than a cabin essential, but while we're in the line of show ready, I do like to have a satin robe that I can put on. Normally when I get to the theater, I like to get into my basics like my tights and undergarments and then put my robe over top. It makes it super easy to have something to cover up when you go to do mic checks if you're not fully in costume already. So I would recommend getting some sort of satiny robe or comfy robe. It feels very Hollywood glam. And the last item in the show ready category is like a crossbody bag or a little bum bag, just for any of those miscellaneous items that you want to bring from your cabin to the theater. All right, the next category is performance and physio. These are items that either help with my warm-ups or my recovery, and it's just nice to have these in the cabin cabin so I can use them whenever I want. The first being resistance bands and TheraBands. So typically I would use the resistance bands for warm-ups and little workouts, and the TheraBands more for stretching. What's great is they really don't take up much space at all, so you can even put them in that little like crossbody bag to bring backstage with you. I also love having a massage ball. So the one I have has like little spikes on it. This I mostly use for my feet. You know, dancing in heels, your arches start to hurt after a while, so a little massage feels really nice in between shows or at the end of the evening. You know, and looking at this list, like a lot of things are massage items. So the next one I have is a massage hook. This is so great. It's like gets really into the knots. If you're feeling really fancy, you could even get a massage gun or an over-the-shoulder like electric massager. I have one of those and they're really nice. That's a game changer right there. And of course, it's always so great to have a mini foam roller. These are always so great for rolling out tight muscles. You can also get a yoga mat. I found these folding yoga mats, which is pretty cool because like as much as a rolled up one doesn't take up much space, the folding one is even tinier. So that's really good and convenient for a cabin. Next up is tech and entertainment. If you're a reader like myself, I can't recommend an e-reader enough. I do so much reading on ships, and having it all just on my little Kindle is so convenient. It takes up no space. I like to download new books on a port day, and then I'm set for the next few weeks of reading. So I really love having my Kindle. On my last contract, I also had a Kindle stand and a clicker, so I could just like be in full luxury mode, like clicking and reading. That is definitely a treat. Similarly, I love having a tablet. That way you can download shows. Although we do have TVs in our crew cabins, the shows that are on there are like pre-downloaded through the ship. So it's nice to have your own shows and your own bit of entertainment that you can download and have with you on your tablets. Next item is a portable speaker. This is great for a couple reasons. First being if you're having a rehearsal or you want to do a little dance class, you could bring your portable speaker and run it through that. But also it's nice to have music going through your cabin. Next, I would recommend getting an extra long charging cable. Depending on where the outlets are in your cabin, your bed could be on the opposite side of the room. So it is helpful to have that extra long cable. Or if you're maybe in the top bunk and you want to make sure that you can reach your phone up to your top shelf, an extra long charging cable is super helpful for that. And lastly, a universal adapter. Now there are a couple different outlets in the crew cabin, but most of the time they are US or European outlets. So depending on where you're from, you might need an adapter. As for myself, most of my electronic items are from the US, so I can use the US ones, but with an adapter, I can also use the EU ones. So if you need to charge multiple things, you're good to go. And the last category is the just in case category. There's not too much in this one, but the first one being a mini sewing kit. Especially if you're on a long contract and you're re-wearing your clothes again and again, having a sewing kit in your cabin is really, really helpful. This can include needle and thread, a little pair of scissors, some safety pins, so that's really great to have on hand. The next little mini kit would also be a mini first aid kit, you know, having band-aids and some seasick tablets and some painkillers, just a few things that are really nice to just have in your cabin. For performers, I would also recommend something like Tiger Balm or Icy Hot or something to soothe tired muscles. Unfortunately, things like heating pads aren't allowed in crew cabins, but what you can do is get a hot water bottle and fill it up with hot water. This is one of my favorite things, especially if you're just feeling a little bit achy. You can get a nice cozy hot water bottle and you'll feel good to go. Along with that, it's nice to have a little hot or cold compress. I like to have one that I can fill up with ice, and that way I can either, you know, just ice out my face if I'm feeling a little bit puffy, or if you need to ice something, like if you have a little bit of an injury, it can also be used for that. There you go. That is my ship cabin essential list. These are things that always make ship life feel a little bit more manageable and a lot more comfortable. But now I want to know, what's one essential you always pack when you travel? Be sure to drop that in the comments below. And as I like to end every episode in this series, it is time for our game of 2 Truths and a Lie Cruise Ship Edition. See if you can guess which of the following performance stories is a lie. Number 1. Some of my costume changes were so quick that I had to wear 3 layers of costumes on my legs at once. Number 2. I once had to do an entire waltz with a broken shoe heel. And number 3, before my first contract, I never drank coffee, but ship life changed that. Let me know in the comments which one you think is the lie. Now, I was asked to share a little bit more about the truths at the end of each episode, but I think it'd be really fun to put together a story time and a Q&A. So just know that will be coming soon in a future video, and I think it'll be so fun to share all of my best stories that way. And if you have any questions that I don't touch on throughout the series, hopefully I can get them in that video as well. Thanks for watching episode 3 of A Performer's Life at Sea. already, next time I'm going full backstage mode with my complete stage makeup routine, including ways to keep your makeup from melting off in that tropical heat. If you're enjoying this series so far, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my next video. I'll see you then. Bye!